That's a little heavy. So I got these two 18-footers in. There's still two more out there, and what these are these are two more. These are the remaining 4 posts in the center of the barn. One goes there, one goes there, and 2 at that end. So the other day we were doing haying, and in between the drying and everything else, I managed to get those 2 beams done and those 4 over there. You see them? Those 4 done. And what those are, let me step out here, are that piece there and these pieces up here. So to finish the central part of the barn, I need to finish 4 posts, when I've got 2 in here now, and make up some pegs and a bunch of wind braces, and then I'll have all the parts ready to assemble for the last 2/3 of the center of the barn. So I have a little bit of shade to work in, so I got kind of a late start today. I was editing some videos, so stick with me. I'm going to start fabricating these 2 posts that go out there. Hold on. All right, I just cut this first one here to length, and of course I don't remember the dimensions, so I had to go up and measure the oak posts. I'm gonna have to get all of the dimensions off of those, because I can't for the life of me remember numbers beyond a couple of minutes. But anyway, so these posts, these oak posts, are 10 by 10s, and I've explained why I made them 10 by 10s. These end 4 posts out of pine are only 8 inches square, and they line up with this side of the building. I don't know if I'm not doing a very good job of filming this. They line up across this plane here and end up on this line here. Now originally I had Chris put these mortises in so that they'd be centered under the post, but after thinking about it, I wanted to shift the post over. Since the post down there is 10 inches, it comes to this line. I want to bring this post
also up to this line here, so that this plane, all the posts line up. So all of it makes the building a lot easier once I get up top. So anyway, these posts here are only 8x8s. I didn't saw 10x10s. I didn't have timbers that were quality enough to saw 10x10s out of, and that would have just really just be overkill for no reason, no gain whatsoever. So these are all 8x8s, and they'll be plenty strong enough to do their job at the ends of the building. There you have it. I'm not gonna film most of this because it's a direct replica of the oak posts, except in pine. But I'll shoot a little here and there, and I've got 4 to do, so you'll see some of it. All right, back to making sawdust. All right, there it is. There's the bottom tenon, and it's offset like I talked about. So it's 3.5 inches, and the mortise is 4, so it gives me a little bit of play if debris falls in there and when I'm assembling it, and should be plenty of bearing surface around here to support everything. So there's the bottom. I'll go get the top done. All right, this is the top of the post, and this is the outside. Now the oak post had a 2-inch tenon with a 1-inch shoulder on each side. So you had this long 6-inch by 2-inch tenon. It helps keep everything aligned, having that long tenon in there. But this is the end of the building right here. And if I run the tenon all the way out here, there's nothing to keep this beam that sits on here from sliding off of this. So I'm actually going to do no shoulder on this side, and we're going to only do this 4 by 2-inch tenon, so that I have a little bit of material at the end of the top plate that would actually have to, there'd be a peg through here. You'd have to rip the peg off and tear out this end grain for it to fail. So I got to have a tenon somewhere on here, and I don't want it to be tiny, and I don't want it to be too big. So this is just a compromise. So it'll be 4 by 2, and that's the outside of the building. So let's cut this one. All right, there's the tenon, the top tenon. That's the outside of the building. All right, I'm gonna go eat lunch, and I come back, I'll start working on the mortises. All right, this morning we're up on the loft floor, starting to get starting to get stuff set up for that vent to be coming up here. So I got the staging up on this side, and I slid out the beam over there. I don't know if you can see all of these boards that are all over the mortises. Well, we've had birds up in here trying to nest, and the only way to keep them out is I went around and covered all the mortises with scraps of boards. So I gotta take all those off. See what happens here. All right, that's started. Chisel. Well, it's got to go up a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with it. This is just to get it close. I'm not going to drill and peg it until we get the other side in place. So I'm going to take off the come along and straps and get set up on the other side. All right, I managed to get it in place. Oh, there we go. I managed to get it in place. It's got a little bit further to go, but I'm gonna wait until that bent is up and I can pound on it a little easier. But I know it'll go. It's very close. So let's go downstairs and look at all of this situation. All right, that's it for those pieces. You see them behind me. They're all in place. And the next step is to work on this bent. It's supposed to be 90 with really high humidity today, so I gotta go take a break, but then get going on this bent and see how far I get. I'm not planning to push it to try to get the bent up today. So there you have it. I'm gonna go take a break. It's even across top and bottom when I measure across. And you can see these joints are all nice and tight. That one looks really good. That one looks really good. These over here look really good. But when I pull corner to corner, it's 3/4 of an inch difference. So it's 3/8 of an inch it needs to be racked. So part of the problem is that these two posts are bowed unequally. This one, because of the come along, is bowed more than the other one. So I think I'm actually gonna peg it and then release all the things. I think it should be pretty close. Anyways, I think I can live with it being 3/8 of an inch at a square. But anyway, so there you have it. I just am amazed at that all the mortises and tenons seem to be in the right spots, which when I had them all laid out in here, it was a big question. You know, of course I spent time scratching my head, but apparently I did it right. All right, so I'm going to mark out for all the pegs, and then I'll show you. I'll drill those and peg those, and that's probably it for today because it's getting really hot. Tomorrow morning I'm going to try and put this up, so hold on. All right, here it goes. Was that all right? Did it go all right?
Just do your thing. Yeah, you're in. You're in, but you're not all the way down on that.
No. You can just hold on to it.
Yeah. Not going anywhere now.
No.
Yeah, it's going down.
How much?
And you still got,
You got-
2 inches anyway.
Yeah.
Look up there on this.
Oh, are you kidding me? good.
now.
That looks pretty good.
That's it.
Oh, ooh. That's going in. What about the other side? Does that matter?
Yeah, gotta stop now.
Yeah.
Over there. If you could pull. You filming?
Yeah.
All right, that's good enough. Now I'm gonna put the come along on it. So you can let that off.
Bottom, a little space at the top.
Yeah. Gotta come in quite a bit.
Woo. That's moving it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's tight as a drum over here.
Yeah, it looks excellent.
It's not, the joint's not the best.
Yeah. No one has a critique it.
Alright, so that's not coming apart on that side. We'll do this. You get two of them, so they can't really come apart.
You got a bird house there or a bat house?
Oh.
Bluebirds. See all the boards I put over the mortises? All the mortises?
Yeah.
The bluebirds were putting nests in the mortises. So I put their nest
Eggs
in that
and
box.
everything.
Oh, no.
They didn't like
Yeah.
it. They left. They abandoned the nest.
Where was it?
You can't really help
One of
it.
those
We have
ones.
two nests and they're in there all the time.
I have a hole.
I guess that's it for today's video.
All right, let me measure the top and the bottom and see if we get anything that's close. Look at that, 178. So, next step is I'm going to drill and peg it just like the others. All the joints look good and tight. So let me get set up for that. And we'll do time lapse of me drilling and pegging this. It'll take about 5 seconds in time lapse. Hold on. These oak pegs that I'm pounding in are turned from dry oak that I had on hand. And so they shouldn't shrink at all, but the timbers, which still have quite a bit of moisture in them, will dry and shrink. And so the object is that they will shrink tight around the pegs, making the joint even tighter. All right, that's bent is together. Yesterday was just under 100 degrees and today is supposed to be the same. It's wicked humid out, so I might try to get later tonight, maybe like at 7 o'clock, get some help and stand this up. But that's it for today. I'm gonna take the come-alongs off and get stuff set up upstairs, and then go eat breakfast. Since, yeah, it's hot. It's already hot, and I don't do well in the heat. So this is the last bent of the central alley, and that's awesome. We'll get that one up today. This is really the hardest one. Everything else I can really do myself, believe it or not. So I'm turning this off and going to have breakfast. So I hope you guys are staying cool. You holding on to it? That's the only thing that's holding it up.
It's not going anywhere. It's in.
Is the tractor holding it?
Yeah.
Apollo, shut up. It's just Cooper. Okay, that's okay, good. Hello.
Lined up okay?
Yeah, it's all lined up. I just gotta hook up the come along. What's that, Chris?
I think it's caught on the bottom edge.
No, it's in.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I gotta get the other side going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what we should have.
You can let go. It's not going anywhere. You want me to take the end of the this block off?
I can't lift it up yet.
Well, it's within a half an inch. All right, I just want to give you a shot of what the building looks like with the main, the 4 main vents up. I got it all cleaned up for the staging, and you see, excuse me, on the forks here, I've got a bunch of lumber. This is actually all the floor joists for the rest of the loft. I've got a bunch of, I think they're, well, a bunch. I've got 5 or 6 2x10s in this pile, which I've got to uncover the sawmill and put them on there and turn them into 2x8s. But that's the next step, is to get pre-cut all of the floor joists in here. And I did some measuring this morning. I went up and pegged everything. And I did some measuring, and up there, the length of the building has grown a little bit, equally on both sides. I should have known better. You know, I've been doing this a while, but all buildings tend to, even the house, they all tend to grow a little bit as higher you go. So I probably should have made these beams, these horizontal beams, a little bit shorter, knowing that that was going to happen, but I didn't. But it really isn't that much, and it won't affect the structure. So, but I just wanted to measure it this morning, and it is both sides, the lengths are exactly the same. They're the same in the bottom, and they're the same at the top, just that the top is a little bit longer. All right, I'm going to uncover the sawmill, get that stuff down to 2x8s, and then go get the skill saw and start pre-cutting the rest of the floor joists. Yesterday we talked about the stairs, or the access to the loft. And originally we were going to have the stairs start in the tack room, come through here, and go up this way. But there was a bunch of heated discussions about that yesterday. And what we've decided to do, I have a really nice wooden ladder that was given to me years ago. I think it's actually from the old phone company. And I'm gonna put it in here. And I'm going to put it on some kind of a counterweight, so it mainly stays up in the loft, and when you want it, you can bring it down and fold it out and have access to the upstairs, because we really only need to get up there I don't know, a couple times a week to throw hay down. So we're going to try this. I would really like to have stairs, but stairs eat up a ton of room. And we're trying to keep this alleyway as open and free of obstructions as possible. So anyways, let me get the sawmill started up, and I'll rip those 2x10s down, and then we'll start pre-cutting all the floor joists. All right, there are all the rafters. Almost all the rafters are up. There's a set of stairs here, so I've got to head that off and put some more rafters in. That piece there is the piece that goes on the end, almost like a band joist. And these down here are ready to go. We are going to do some kind of a hay chute through here. So that's what this one last rafter is all about. I've got to, anyway, that's leaving an opening because I haven't figured out where that's actually going, but the hay from the loft will fall down here. So the sun was covered in clouds, and it was been pretty nice up till now, but now it's decided to get really hot again, and I don't like the heat. So I didn't think I'd even get this far today, but hopefully later tonight I'll get the compressor out here and nail off all of these floor joists, and tomorrow I can get a floor up there, or most of the floor done. That'll be huge. And then it's on to that wall over there. So we're finally getting there and getting shade, getting the main alley all done. So stick with me, there's more to come. All right, oops, let's get you tipped right here. Welcome to the hay loft of the barn. This morning I actually put some timbers on the sawmill and resawed them into boards. I didn't have any 14 footers that were junky enough for this. I had some really nice clear 14 footers which I want to use for siding on the house. And I went and, of course, the middle section here is done. I went and did some more scavenging, and I think I've got enough to do the floor up here. That's going to be the hole for the hay to be dropped down. Anyways, there you have it. I'm going to get set up with the extension cords and all the rest of the tools, and the goal is to get this done today, all nailed off. I got all of these pieces cut. I'm gonna snap lines and then nail them all off. This is a little questionable over here. There is a wall that's gonna, the wall for the tack room comes up on the other side of that floor joist, so I'm gonna probably have to trim this off flush, and that the wall's actually going to help support that floor joist, so it doesn't have to be a double. And let's see, and this is a guess on the hay chute. We ought to be able to throw hay down through there. Well, that's it for the Well, that's it for the loft floor. It's all nailed off, and the last thing to do would be to put some Luan down on it, but I'm not going to do that until after the roof is on. And here comes the wind. So that's it for this video. That's it for this section of this video. Thanks for sticking around and watching our house and projects build and watching our channel. If you like this stuff, please consider subscribing and ring the like bell, or smash the like bell, or whatever it is. All right, I'll be back to start on the next section of the timber frame, which would be the stalls and the tack room. So there you have it. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day.